tips for fabulous shimmies. 3 things you can start to do from today in order to master the art of shimmies, one of the most versatile, dynamic, interesting, vulnerable, fierce, sexy, and also challenging parts in the Egyptian dance technique. Something that I believe every Oriental dancer from every level, even professionals, struggle with. In this video, I'm going to share 3 tips that I am sure are going to make a difference in the execution and mastery and also enjoyment of your shimmies. Are you ready? I think you're gonna love this, so stay and watch. But before I deliver those tips, let me deliver the protocol. My name is Joana Saahirah. I'm a world-renowned Oriental dancer, teacher, choreographer, and author. I cannot say this without dancing. And I'm also the creator of the pioneering Joana Saahirah's World and Joana Saahirah's Online Dance School, delivering authentic Egyptian dance with shimmies and beyond, self-discovery, and empowerment. If you want to become a part of my world and receive free goodies in Egyptian dance, in personal development, consider joining our newsletter. It is free, it is fabulous, and when you join the newsletter, you gain immediate access to our free learning page and to a free ebook, Welcome to Egyptian Dance Wonderland. In order to join our free and fabulous newsletter, all you gotta do is follow the link that you're gonna see in the description box below this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, this is the moment when you do so. You're gonna press pause in this video, you're gonna click on subscribe, and you're going to turn the notifications bell button on so that you know every time I have new goodies coming into the channel. And I don't know why I'm whispering, but I just felt like doing it. So subscribe and click on the notifications bell button so that you know every time I drop a goodie right here. I want you to receive it, okay? If you have gotten that out of the way, it means you are ready to receive the pearls. 3 tips for fabulous shimmies. You ready? We are ready. Let's go. Tip number 1 for fabulous shimmies. This is, and you will be surprised, conscious breathing. Conscious, deep, and calm breathing cycles. Yes, you may not see a connection between conscious, deep, and calm breathing and shimmy technique, but I assure you there is a connection there. What usually happens is that we fall in love with shimmies. When we start to learn shimmies, we think, first of all, this is exciting. Second, this is relaxing and healing. And third, I'm gonna nail it because they look so easy. When you see someone executing shimmies in a correct way, they look easy. The question is, as it happens with many things in Egyptian dance, what looks easy is not necessarily easy. It just looks easy, okay? So you start to practice them. You start to understand, how do I make this shimmy? How do I make that shimmy? And then your mind gets it, but your body cannot execute it. We've all been there. Calm down, breathe. There you go, breathe. Calm down. All of us have been there. And then what happens? We start to feel distressed. We start to feel tense, frustrated, impatient. Why am I not getting it? Why is my body not following what I have in my mind? Why am I not talented? Am I not capable? Am I that untalented? Oh my God. Then the drama, right? We rip our hair off, we bump our head against the wall, and we ask, why me? Why me? It looks so easy. Yeah. The more tense, frustrated, distressed, and impatient we get, the more difficult the shimmies become. So it is a vicious cycle of tension, frustration, and impatience that works against you. The only way to contradict this vicious cycle is 1, being patient with yourself and keeping the practice going, and 2, conscious breathing. What happens when I do conscious breathing? When I'm aware of inhaling and exhaling, when I set a clear intention of breathing as consciously, deeply, and calmly as possible. what happens is that I start to feel a little bit more in control of my body, and I start to relax. My muscles and my bones relax. They let go, they surrender, they flow better. And the more relaxed, the more surrendered, the more in flow your body is, the easier it becomes to execute shimmies. Shimmies are a part of Egyptian dance technique that really demand flow from the dancer. I cannot be tense, distressed, impatient, frustrated, and have great shimmies. It doesn't happen. Not to you, not to me, not to Superwoman, anyone, no one, nobody. A fish had, yani, ninguém. Okay? So the first thing you have to consider when you practice shimmies, independently of the level of expertise you may have, is the more you breathe consciously, deeply, and calmly, the easier it will become to execute the shimmies, okay? So instead of just obsessing around the movement, how do I do this? How do I master that? Obsess a little bit around your breathing cycles. Obsess a little bit around inhaling and exhaling calmly in a Zen master kind of way. And I promise you, you will feel an improvement in your overall dance technique, in your well-being, in your enjoyment, and in particular in the execution of your shimmies. Tip number 2 for fabulous shimmies. Understand where is that shimmy coming from, and focus on the motor or the origin of the shimmy. This is a very common mistake. I've seen it happening so many times to amateur dancers, to professional dancers, beautiful dancers I have taught around the world in big festivals, in my private coaching, at Joana Saahirah's online dance school. Man, I've seen it everywhere. When we see the shimmy, we see the final product of the shimmy. We see the vibration in a specific body part, but the technique for that vibration usually comes from another place in the body. So when you execute shimmies, you have to understand one thing. The final product is one of the elements of the shimmy, and then the starting point of the shimmy is the other element you have to consider. If you want to master shimmies, you have to know the final product and the starting point of that shimmy. For instance, the most common Egyptian dance shimmy on your hips comes not from the hips, but from the knees. And the same happens with different kinds of shimmies. You see the end product and you focus on the end product, forgetting that the place you should be focusing on is the starting point of that shimmy. Then again, it is important to learn from teachers who actually know the technique, teachers who know where is that shimmy coming from. And when you have that teacher or teachers who actually know their craft, follow instructions. Don't get so excited with the shimmy that you're only going for the final product and you want to skip the beginning, the starting point, the motor, the engine that makes that final product, that shimmy, possible. So tip number 2 is knowing exactly where that shimmy is originated, where exactly is the starting point of that shimmy, and allowing it to work for you. I focus on the starting point, the part of the body that is starting, firing up this shimmy, and I allow the shimmy to happen by itself, because it does. If I am focusing on the origin of the movement, the rest of the body will follow. And that's your tip number 2. Tip number 3, and the last for this video, for fabulous shimmies, it is letting go of control. Letting go of control. So many dancers try to catch control and dominate shimmies. They think that the key to fabulous shimmies is to master them, to have control over them. I'm here to tell you that shimmies are your masters. You are not the master of shimmies. Never. Okay, so there is an element of surrender. There is an element of letting go. There is an element of humbleness, of fluidity that comes from within, that is important, I would say essential in the mastery of shimmy technique. So many of us want to be perfect. We want to master the dance technique and to impress ourselves and perhaps others. We want to get it right. We expect a certain result. We expect a certain look from that shimmy. We want things to go our way, in the way we have envisioned them. Yes, this is how my shimmy is gonna go, and I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna kick everybody's ass. There is too much ego, too much control, too much ambition here. And shimmies will teach you a lesson in humbleness. You cannot control them. You can only master them when you lose control. When you accept to live the experience, allow your body to execute the shimmies as much as your body can execute the shimmies, the best way you can master them, and that will evolve with time and experience and practice and learning. But in the end of the day, you have to learn to let go. You cannot claim to have control over shimmies and at the same time have fabulous, vibrant, fluid shimmies. It doesn't happen. So breathe. Know exactly where that shimmy is coming from, where you should be focusing in terms of technique, and don't be afraid to lose control. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to get out of the music or get uncoordinated. It happens to everybody, okay? You're not here to be perfect. You're not here to be a dancing machine. You're here to be yourself. You're here to be human. So allow yourself to be human, imperfect, surprising, and allow the masters, shimmies, to guide you where they're supposed to take you. Bring your ego aside for a second, forget about expectations, and allow yourself, shimmies, Egyptian dance, and life to surprise you. This is your tip number 3. If you want to know more about shimmies, we have 2 fabulous online pioneering courses available at Joana Saahirah's Online Dance School. Shimmy Wonderland and Shimmy Drills, dancing joy, sadness, and love through the art of shimmies. If you want to have more information about these 2 pioneering courses, all you gotta do is check and follow the link that I'm sharing in the description box below this video. Last but not least, I'm going to invite you once more to subscribe to Joana Saahirah's newsletter, Joana Saahirah's World newsletter, if you want to be the first to know about our news, offers, and special inspirations I only share with my beautiful people, and you're one of them. Last but not least, part 2. Subscribe to my channel. I know I've already requested it, but why not? One more time. Let me be a pain in the... Oh, yes. Subscribe to it again, because I'm bringing content, precious content on Egyptian dance, personal discovery, and empowerment that I know you are gonna love and benefit from. So once you close this video, click on subscribe, and don't forget to turn the notifications bell button on so that you are warned every time I have new goodies coming into the channel. I love you, and I will see you soon. Until then, receive my warmest, most passionate, shimmy passionate kiss. Mwah.